Good morning, fellow Academy 55 members, especially the premium members who are watching this live. Everybody else will be watching the recording later on today when I post it. Here we are again for another Academy 55 trading session on the 1 minute chart with the EUR USD. It's Thursday, the 14th of March. It's now 5 to 8 in the morning. Sound like a breakfast DJ. Anyway, so here we are. I've drawn support and resistance lines in. If you want to know how to do that, trading is in the back office. It's not important. We use these as points of interest, just as we do with the purple line. If you haven't seen that already, Steve has done a fantastic video. And I've got some information to share with you, which we will do later on today, this morning, if I get time, because this is all about the trading. So what we're going to do is we are going to do a bit of housekeeping first. Make sure our MT4 or MT5 is up to date with the Trade Assistant. And incidentally, there is a new version of Trade Assistant. It's not important that you do it now, but do it sometime soon at your own leisure. And again, I will point that out where you can find that in the back office. Just to reiterate, it's not important that you do that right now because we're all about the trading. But there is a 10.9, you'll probably have 10.6. I don't know what the updates actually do, but it's always good to keep it updated anyway. So anyway, make sure you've got your risk to reward in purple, your lot calc in purple, and you've got your 1% going on down there. So the MT4 is, and make sure you're not like I'm on US, you notice I'm on US 100 cash. So I just noticed that. So make sure you're on EUR USD 100 and you are on the 1 minute time frame. So we've done that. So this morning, we had, if you was around at 8 minutes past 7, there was a buy alert. But if you notice, at 7:30, we had a big, well, it's not big really, but on minute terms, it's big. It's 42 down to, well, 9 pips in the space of 1 minute. Point is, there's no indication from my FX book or Forex Factory that there was news, and this is obviously news. Something's happened in the world. Somebody said something that wasn't advertised, and this is the kind of thing that can happen. So bear in mind, and obviously it would have taken you out of your trade after you was quite happily climbing. Somebody said something happened that we're not privy to, and it came down and took us out if you was in that trade. And this is a sort of thing that can happen. So you're going to face loss. We have to get over it. But with our rules, where we trade twice a day, if we lose the first one, we lose 1%. And then we can trade again. And then if we trade again and we lose another 1%, obviously the markets are very tricky and you've lost yourself 2%. But if you win the second one, you come out 1% and you're done for the day. And that's the hard and fast rules that we do here at Academy 55. And that is to protect your mindset. But right now we are at 8 o'clock. and we have a buy alert come in. We have to wait for the waves to turn green. So we can turn over to our MT4. And I'm going to put the line chart on, making sure all these are in purple. And making sure it's at 1%. Always make sure that's at 1%. So it automatically risks you 2-to-1, and also turn that purple so you've got the option to close your trade if you ever need to. So we're going to put the line chart on and anticipate kind of where the stop loss is going to go. We've got our buy alert, got the green ribbon, but we are underneath the purple line, and the purple line is where price likes to be. The question is, will we have enough volume to break that purple line, or will it bounce and catch us in? This is all consolidation here. And will we be caught in consolidation? That's the big question we have to ask ourselves. So really, I want to see enough volume to break this purple line to give me a confirmation that yeah, there is enough volume here to carry on. So I wouldn't want to be stuck in consolidation here like all these previous candles. This is just consolidation, and this is our big bugbear. So I want to see enough confirmation of volume to break through this purple line to give me enough faith in the trade. Say, yeah, we've got enough volume to possibly get to our 2-to-1. Because if we took a trade here, for example, if the trend line turned green and we took a trade here, we could very well, if there's not enough volume around, we could very well bounce and it could come back out down here and go into consolidation. And then you're open up to news events like we saw at 7:30. We really want to try and be in and out of a trade as quickly as possible, although the way it works out is very much not down to us. We have no say in what happens, but we can try and assure that we can do the best we can to maintain that. This session is being recorded. And yeah, this session is being recorded. And here we are. We'll go back to, because we're in more consolidation now. So we'll go back to trading view just for a minute. Because although we have to be very, very zen about things, calm, as you can appreciate, you have to, because we're on the minute time frame, when you have to act decisively and kind of quickly as well, because of it's a minute basically. So here we are. We're waiting for consolidation to be over. If it is. So I want to keep my eye on this, because again, if we were to get into this, let's do a scenario. So I know the trend line hasn't turned green yet, but say it did there, the stop loss would be at where the wave started to turn green, and your 2 to 1 would be way up past the purple line. And like I said before, I need to determine if there is enough volume for price to get up past the purple line. So I wouldn't want to take a trade because we got imbalance here. So price might be just going up to take out this imbalance on this let me get this tool that I keep forgetting to use. See, price might just want to come up to mitigate this imbalance on this candle here, because there's no buy that side, no buy that side, so that is in balance. So price might want to just come up there and then go back down again, because it's at its favorite place, the purple line. So really, I need to be assure myself that there is enough volume, but by doing so, it's a trade-off, because by doing so, I've given myself a lot bigger stop loss, but also I've given myself a sort of look. I don't know. It's a very difficult judgment call. Sometimes, if I can see big candles reaching that, the purple line, and I can see a lot of volume in the candles going towards the purple line, then I would place a trade. But if it creeps up with small candles, the anticipation is there is not much volume to be able to break through the purple line. It's a very it's a judgment call that you need to make, and to understand volume, because obviously these candles here, see how big they are? There was a lot of volume because obviously there was news at 7:30 this morning, and the news made the markets react in that way. But the smaller candles are candles where the volume is gone. So very much how price travels up to here will determine whether I get in the trade, because the trend line is turning green now, but there is no volume. There's no volume because of the small candles. But if I can see big candles going up there, then I will look to possibly get into the trade. It can be a tough judgment call. Like, for example, I definitely want to see price create a new high there, and the parabolic SAR has flipped above price now on the MC4, and determining how far when price envelops that parabolic SAR and how far parabolic SAR drops will determine the outcome for me. Stop loss, lock the stop loss in. So at the moment we are in consolidation, even though we've got a buy opportunity, but there is no volume around at the minute because of the length of the candles, and if anything, there's volume for a sell. So we have to be very cautious, even though we've got the buy alert here. Parabolic SAR is above price at the minute. It can be quite difficult. This kind of trade can be quite difficult for the reasons I've just noted. because it's all about volume. Candles are really small, there is no volume. And yet one candle could make all the difference and create a big push up here and enough volume to push through. So we have to be very decisive and make a judgment call at that time. But while we got this scenario, we can't trade anyway because the indicator is keeping us out of any trades because the parabolic SAR is above price. So that's good. But we're on the minute time frame. Things can happen quite quickly. And that's another reason why we only trade for an hour, because although we got the indicator doing most of the work for us, to stay that extra safe, or safe as you think you can be, understanding volume and these support and resistance lines will help you determine why price does what it does. And if you are on one pair like EUR USD, which we are on all the time, obviously trading this, you get to understand what the price can actually do within the EUR USD, because forex pairs react differently. If you go to a longer time frame on lots of other pairs, you'll see them, they all act slightly differently. And with experience, you can pick that out. And experience is something I can't teach you, but they do act slightly differently. Like, for example, GBP USD is a lot more volatile. In other words, more erratic than this. The EUR USD is considered a smooth, one of the smoother ways it goes up, whereas GBP USD is zigzagging all over the place. Very volatile. It can be at certain times of the day. Don't get me wrong, EUR USD can be volatile sometimes as well, but not as much as GBP USD. This is what I mean by forex pairs react differently in certain conditions. But EUR USD, the reason EUR USD was originally picked is because the transitions, they're not so volatile. So for trading purposes and indicator purposes, it's a better outcome using EUR USD rather than GBP USD. And we've back tested EUR USD with this strategy and got the results we have that you can follow along in the journals. But right now the parallels are now is flipped down again, but there's still no volume going on. So I'll go back to trading view. See, so the parallels are flipped from above price to below price again. But again, we're in this consolidation, consolidatory mess. So it's not a good indication for a buy in this case, but trading the way it is, I could be proved to look a right idiot, and at any time it could go whoosh right up there, or alternatively it could go whoosh down there to follow these lines down here. And in reality, because we're on the minute time frame, these are only like less than 10 pips between there and there, but it looks a lot because we're on the minute time frame. But if you go on higher time frames that some people trade, it's more minuscule. I know it sounds obvious to point that out, but just reminding people. But as of now, we have lots of consolidation, and I hope you notice with a little bit of knowledge of what price can do and the purple line and all that, and what could happen if we get there, depending on how much volume we see getting to there, if we ever do get to there. By knowing all that, knowledge is power. You know, you have a bit more of a self-awareness. But then again, having said all that, this indicator is designed so you don't need to be so self-aware of what's going on. But now price is underneath the volume ribbon, and indeed, yeah, aren't we glad we didn't get into this trade? So now back to trading view, because we are on trade. Sorry, we are on trading view. Yeah. So that's okay. So if we do get another alert now, it'll be a sell alert, and because we're underneath the purple line, as if you've seen Steve's video, you will realize that it shows us that price has a tendency to sell more. If price is above the purple line, there is a tendency for price to buy more, what we call trends. Again, that's little knowledge, but looking at this, we've been in a sell trend for, because price is underneath the purple line, for a long, look at that, since 2 o'clock this morning, our time, a long time, underneath the purple line. So one could surmise, why would they want to change right now? Because that's what essentially that's what we're going to be asking for to do. If we was to take that buy, we're asking him to change his mind from what's happened for the last 7 hours. You know, why would it pick now to do that? And it possibly could, again, it could possibly pick its mind to do that because 8 o'clock London opens, and they've got their ideas of where they want to put the euro against the dollar. Again, information that we don't know. But again, we can only follow the fingerprints and trade what we see. So hence, if we see long, bigger candles, we can see that there is more volume coming into the market. Like there, big push down, a lot of volume to create that going all the way down there. That went 9 pips all of a sudden. So a lot of volume came into the market. And we can tell how much volume is in the market by the size of the candles. And we can also say, we can also determine at the minute, we are in a sideways movement, which happens 80% of the time. So there's a lot of information you can glean if you so wish to. Like this candle here is quite a big push. But like I say, it could be just coming up to take out that imbalance on that candle there before deciding, yeah, we've been in a sell for the last 7 hours. I still want to continue this sell. So really, I want to wait and see what happens. I mean, if we get another similar sized candle and it goes over there, then there's enough volume and that tells me, well, I'm in my opinion, that perhaps there is a trend change from a sell that they've been in the last 7 hours to maybe something more of a buy. But again, I'm wary of the fact that they might just bounce here and then continue to sell. It's a difficult call. But following the rules, technically we could do a buy, but it's so get your stop loss. Your stop loss will be at the where the wave started to turn green, which would be down there. Again, price is underneath the purple line. The volume has dropped away again. We had a bit of volume going towards the purple line, but nothing of great interest. I mean, things could happen really fast. I really want to see, right, price has gone over the purple line. I want it to open, price to open over the purple line. Then I think I would be willing to take a buy. Right, I'm going to go for a buy. There we go, because we're over the purple line now. But having done so, I have got a fairly large stop loss. Well, I say large, it's not large really. It's a 5 or 6 pip stop loss, which is, in the scheme of things, isn't a big deal. But now I've opened myself up to the possibility of price hugging this purple line for a while, or have they really thought of changing trend from a sell, and perhaps they are gearing themselves up for the rest of the day for changing trend to a buy trend purpose. That is opinions, but all the time I'm trading what I see, and with my experience, what I'm thinking to myself, my own opinion, and being guided by our indicator. So here we are. We're in the trade now. So I just wanted to reiterate while we're here, the marvelous things Steve's done for us all. So if you go into your back office, I'm not going to play any videos or whatever, but we now have, Steve's done a fantastic job. So if you go into your dashboard, and if you go down to video facts, and you've got all these facts down here that you can actually see videos that Steve's made. Like I said, I'm not going to play them now, but to get the new version of the Trade Assistant, watch the video. They're only very short videos. So I just wanted to point that out. Steve's done a marvelous job for us all. So I just wanted to reiterate that. And now back to the trading, which I'm sure you will appreciate. We're here for the trading, but I wanted to point that out because after this session, You could update your trade assistant. It's not important if you haven't already. Your trade assistant will still work just fine. There's always space to get the latest version. So here we are. We're in the trade. And at this juncture now, I always say go and make a cup of tea or a coffee, or you know what I mean. There's no point looking at this screen because you ain't going to change anything. You're not going to influence it in any way by biting your fingernails, screaming at it. Yes, I have trained people in the past who have admitted to screaming at the screen. And I was looking for many white coats to come around, but nobody did. But yeah, because it's really quite funny, really. But so if you've got a high blood pressure, basically shut the screen, just walk away. Because if you've got a medical condition, uh, once you place the trade, fine, then walk away quickly. Because if you're of that type where you're passionate, let's say, it could really make things a bit worse for you. But having said all that, I'm going to go on silent now and just come back when there is something to say, or 9 o'clock, whatever is the quickest. Okay, as you can see, we have a sell alert now. It's not looking good for us, I can't lie. What we did was we waited for price to get above the purple line in anticipation of a volume for a higher trend, but unfortunately we got caught in consolidation. It went back to consolidation again, but usually this time of day we do have trend in one way or another, but it wasn't to be today. We got caught in consolidation, which is the bugbear of traders. And that is what happened really. Instead of the anticipated volume burst to carry on for our 2-to-1, we got caught in consolidation. And now we're very perilously close to our take profit with a sell alert. So we could find consolidation here for a while. And we could be very close to it and then shoot up again. These things do happen. But as it is, we are in a perilous sort of condition. So if we get taken out, so be it. But we are underneath the purple line. So we're allowed one more trade. So again, if the trend line turns red and the opportunity arises, we've got to be taken out of this trade first because it could turn around. Of course it could. Price will do whatever it wants. But if price comes down here and takes us out, I then want to reverse the conditions on this very, very quickly and take our second trade of the day, which it's been underneath the purple line for such a long time. We're looking for hopefully bigger sells. But I'm telling you what could happen. Of course, this price could redeem itself and shoot back up. Price will do what it's going to do. But I'm just telling you a scenario that's going through my mind because we've got a sell alert now. Volume ribbon is red. Parallel SAR is above price. So if we were to take a sell, all we would be waiting for is the trend line to turn red. Then we'd be in for a sell. But we haven't finished with this trade yet. And what we've seen in the past, things could change. You know, we could very well go and get our 2-to-1 on the buy. It's not over until I was going to say something that's very on PC. And stop myself at the time. The fat lady sings. That's what I was going to say. Sorry, I didn't mean it. It's not over till the person sings. I think that's the way they say it now. So, yeah, things still could turn around for us, but I'm just saying the conditions look a bit perilous for us at the minute. With all that being said, but if we do get taken out, I want to be in for a sell, waiting for that trend line to turn red. If we do get a sudden volume burst taking us out, and it's looking like that is a distinct possibility. But having said that, we've got imbalance here that they'll want to address. So price will do what it's going to do. Again, we got caught in consolidation. But we was anticipating volume here. And indeed, we did get a bit of volume. But it was only a bit. And then we got back into consolidation again. And that is what could have done for us. Although it's not over yet. We're hanging on by a thread. But at the end of the day, it's 1%. No big deal. But I just wanted to let you guys know, if we do get a volume burst to take us out, I want to change conditions very, very quickly and go in for a sell, because we got a red trend line now. So we got a red cellular, we've got a red volume ribbon. Prices underneath the purple line, unfortunately for us at the moment, but we could still end up winning 1%. I have to wait and see. We're in a silly situation at the minute. Not a silly situation, but a thought-provoking situation, I think. And indeed, if that's enough for you and you don't want to take a trade, it's fine. You don't need to take a trade. Like I said, these are all for training purposes anyway. Training, educational purposes. Like I always say, please don't follow me. This is just my trading, but I know people do. And after this, if you have to go out, please don't worry about it. Come back again some other time of the day if you want to, or come back again tomorrow and start afresh. But do not place more than 2 trades a day, because then you're open up to revenge trading, over trading, and then you go down a rabbit hole of being very undisciplined. And we need discipline at all times. Right, there's hardly any volume around at all. There's no official news around us anyway, so that's a good thing. But it's just nothing going on. It's like they've all gone for a cup of tea or a cup of coffee or something. So we'll keep it like this. Well, I'll keep I won't mute, because like I say, things could happen very, very quickly. Look at that. That is ridiculous. Nothing. There's no volume. Flatlining. Practically dead. Everybody's left the country. Shouldn't be. In actual fact, I've changed my mind. I don't think I want to trade after seeing all this. But this is trading. Things could happen in a heartbeat, and all of a sudden you'll get volume in the market, and you'll get the we don't know that. We just don't know. So within the space of a few minutes, it could become a trending market. Ah, there we go. We're out as expected. Right. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to reverse conditions. We are at where the wave started to turn red, which is there. And now, a little bit more, please. I'm in for a sell. Like I said, I would do, because we're underneath the purple line. So we lost the first trade, unfortunately, 1% down. Just to clarify, I'm in a sell now, because we had a sell alert. Parabolic sell was above price. Volume ribbon is red. the wave is red. The stop loss goes at the start where the wave turned from green to red. So that's where the stop loss is. And we are anticipating, hoping, although we don't hope, so I shouldn't say that, but we're looking for a volume for a sell. So this is where we are now. And this is my second trade today. And if price gets me by 2 to 1, I've won 1% overall today. And obviously, if it goes back up and takes me out, then unfortunately I've done my 2%. So whatever scenario for me, I'm going to be trading for the rest of the day and just take that 2% loss on the chin, rebalance my mindset, and come back stronger tomorrow and reanalyze the charts and go again. So I'll just mute. I've got a nine minutes left till 9 o'clock on the video, so I'll mute until then, unless something happens, of course. So I'll speak to you later. So the way the market is behaving with lack of volume, etc., I wouldn't blame anybody now if they take the trade out now with a small loss, or they could take the trade out when and wait for it to, we're in a very precarious situation because the way the market is behaving, lots of sideways movement, not a trending market, and really we had a volume push there, which caused me to think that volume was coming in for a deeper sell because the indicators told us that. But what we are seeing really is a lot of consolidation the whole time I've been on today. So I wouldn't blame you if you don't wish to continue this and maybe wait for price to. Please do not move your stop loss. Don't do that. But if you wait for price to get maybe down to here and then take the trade out and come back another time of the day, I wouldn't blame you if you did that. It's perfectly acceptable to do. But please do not move your stop loss, whatever you do. If we lose another 1%, so be it. Don't move it up here, and do not do that. Oh, and in fact, right, okay, so unfortunately, very difficult trading conditions today. We've seen that in hindsight, which is not usually the case at this time of the day, but it happened. And like I say, using this for educational purposes. Hopefully you got a bit of education out of this. So we lost I lost 2% today. Won't be trading for the rest of the day, and come back stronger tomorrow. But in hindsight, what we saw was a lot more consolidation. Market's a bit nervous, perhaps. And so with that being said, we'll see you tomorrow morning, guys. So thanks very much for being here today. Appreciate it. Go and watch the new fact videos that Steve's done for us. He's done a fantastic job. And if you're worried about the 2%, go and have a look at the journal. Look at the bigger picture of what we've achieved so far with this strategy. And we'll see you tomorrow. So cheers for now. Bye for now.